Welcome to How to Cite Sources When Speaking, APA Style. While APA Style doesn't provide specific rules for verbal citations, it's still important to credit your sources when speaking. When you cite out loud during a presentation or video, you show your audience that your information is credible, evidence-based, and not just opinion. Verbal citations also give credit to others and help listeners find the source if they want to learn more. So, what should you include in a verbal citation? A strong verbal citation gives your audience just enough information to understand where your facts or ideas came from. You'll want to include three main parts: who, what, and when. Start with who created the source. That might be an author, a group of researchers, or an organization. If it adds clarity or credibility, also include the author's credentials or role with their name, such as psychologist Angela Duckworth. Then, mention what kind of source it is. Is it a journal article, a book, or a report? This helps your audience understand the type of information you're referencing. For example, an article in Fortune magazine, or a report from the CDC. Finally, include when your source was published so your audience knows the information is current and relevant. Now that you know what to include, the who, what, and when, let's look at how to bring those details together in a clear verbal citation. When you cite your source out loud, keep it brief and conversational. Start with an introductory phrase that includes the key details, who, what, and when, before sharing the information. An introductory phrase might look like, according to a 2014 article by journalist Rita Skeeter in the Daily Prophet, or a 2012 study by Professor Dumbledore at Hogwarts University found that. Then, combine your introductory phrase with the information you're presenting. A 2021 study by psychologist Angela Duckworth suggests that perseverance, or grit, predicts long-term success more than intelligence alone. This verbal citation provides the who, psychologist Angela Duckworth, the what, a study, and the when, 2021, followed by the information you are sharing. Here's why clear details matter in verbal citations. Let's say you use the following sentence as a verbal citation in a presentation. An article I read says reading 30 minutes every day can improve cognition. This doesn't tell us who wrote it, where it was published, or when it came out. So your audience can't judge the source's credibility or context. Was it written by medical researchers or just a personal blog post? Without those details, it's impossible to tell. A more complete verbal citation would be a 2023 study run by Abhar and colleagues, researchers at the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, found that reading 30 minutes a day can improve cognition. This version includes the who, what, and when, giving your audience clear context to understand where the information came from and assess it. To recap, a verbal citation includes the who, what, and when, shared briefly before presenting information that isn't your own. Citing out loud strengthens your credibility and acknowledges others' work. And when you're using slides, finish with a reference list in APA style, so your sources are also clear in writing. Thank you for watching this video. For more help on verbally citing sources with APA, visit Shapiro Library's online APA guide.